We're going to take a look at Ohio right now. Secretary of State Frank LaRose says the state is setting early voting records with over 1.5 million people casting their ballots early, in person, and by mail. The Senate race there gets top billing. Voters will choose between Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Ryan. So joining me now is Ohio's Republican Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And first of all, why do you think that the voter turnout has been so high? And what is being done right now to reassure these voters that their ballots are safe and secure?
Sure. Well, Ohioans have been voting absentee and early for close to 2 decades now, and each year it seems to grow. Many voters tried it for the first time in 2020, realized it's a secure and convenient way to cast your ballot, and so a lot of Ohioans have taken advantage of that, and that's great news. As you mentioned, we set a record. We announced that yesterday with 1.5 million Ohioans that have already participated. We see those numbers going much higher today. And again, the voters of Ohio are excited to make their voice heard because they know how consequential these elections are from the federal level down to the local level here in the Buckeye State.
Absolutely. And now you support former President Trump as Ohio's top election official. How do you balance your support for Trump with his disproven claim that the election was stolen and his repeated attacks on election integrity?
Well, listen, I think President Trump did a good job as the chief executive officer of our country. We had a situation where we were energy independent, where taxes had been lowered, where our allies respected us and our enemies feared us. That doesn't mean I agree with him on everything. My wife and I disagree plenty, and we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. But here are the facts. In Ohio, we keep it honest. We run honest elections. Ohioans know that. We make it both easy to vote and hard to cheat. I've been very clear about that. You asked earlier how we reassure Ohioans. We reassure them with the facts. We've distributed, for example, to all of our polling locations an infographic that we have on our website at voteohio.gov/secure that talk about all these processes, everything from voting machines that are never connected to the internet to post-election audits that I require following every election to make sure that the hard copy paper reconciles with those electronic voting results that we deliver on election night.
And look, I understand that you don't agree with him on that issue specifically, but it's sort of one thing, right, to have a difference of opinion on policy. But then are you concerned that you might be validating his lies by your continued support? And then ultimately, is that what's best for your party and the country?
Well, again, President Trump answers for what President Trump has to say. I tell you the facts here in Ohio, and that is that we know that our elections are honest and trustworthy. I've been outspoken about that fact. Again, in Ohio, we set the example for other states to follow in many ways with the way that we run elections. And again, it's up to him to answer for the things that he's had to say about elections, not me.
Look, you've talked a lot about what you're doing to protect your elections. What do voters in Ohio who have trended red there for a decade really need to know as they head to the polls today?
Yeah, of course, polls are open tonight until 7:30. Anybody that's in line by 7:30 will have an opportunity to vote. You can find your polling location from the trusted source, the Ohio Secretary of State website, voteohio.gov. And that's also the place to go to find out what forms of ID you can bring. Also, if you have an absentee ballot, if you requested one of those vote by mail ballots, you have until 7:30 tonight to get it down to your Board of Elections. It's, of course, too late to mail that in, and you can't take an absentee ballot to a polling location under Ohio's law. So if you have that sitting on your kitchen table, got to get it to your Board of Elections by 7:30 tonight. We want every voice to be heard in this election, and we're working hard to make sure that that's exactly what happens.
All right. Ohio's Secretary of State Frank LaRose, our thanks to you for being with us here tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.